ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So after Mangalacharan, Acharya was quiet, and someone asked him, "What is your next plan?" Then he said, "Now you open your book, Sadhana Chatushtay Sampanna Adhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshamaha." I repeat again, Sadhana Chatushtay Sampanna Adhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshamaha. Then Acharya said, I will explain. I am going to explain. So what are you going to explain? Then he said, the mode of discrimination. The mode of discrimination. Tattva Viveka Prakaram. Tattva Viveka Prakaram means the mode of discrimination. Now the question is, for whom? Then Acharya says, for those who are endowed with the fourfold qualifications. I am going to explain the mode of discrimination for those who are endowed with the fourfold qualification. Now question arises, then what will happen? Acharya says, Moksha sadhana bhutam. Moksha sadhana bhutam, which is the means of the liberation. These are the means of the liberations. So now question arises. Sadhana chatushtayam kim? Sadhana chatushtayam kim? What are the fourfold qualifications? What are the fourfold qualifications? So you go word by word. Then he says, Nitya nitya vastu vivekaha iha amutra phala bhoga viragaha samadhi sataka sampatti mumukshutvam cheti. Fourfold qualifications are what? Acharya says, Vivek, Virag, Samadhi Shatak Sampatti, and Mumukshutva. Now I explain the capacity of discriminate the between permanent and impermanent. This is the nitya anitya vastu vivekah. Nitya means permanent, anitya means impermanent, vastu means object. Nitya anitya vastu vivekah, it means the capacity to discriminate between permanent and impermanent. This is the first. The second is viraga. Viraga means what? Viraga means, Acharya says, dispassion. Dispassion in what kind? To enjoyment of the fruits of one's action here and hereafter. Iha amutra artha phala bhoga viraga. Iha means here in this world. Amutra means hereafter, after death, in other life. Artha, action. Phala bhoga, phala means fruits, enjoyment. So the meaning is dispassion of the enjoyment of the fruits of one's action here and after here. Third one is Shatak Sampatti. Shatak Sampatti what? The group of 6 accomplishments beginning with Sama. It will be explained. And fourth is Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam means what? The yearning of the liberation, the desire for the liberation. So I repeat again, you are very important states. 4-fold qualifications: Vivek, Vairagya, Shatak Sampatti, and Mumukshutva. These in Vedanta we call it Sadhana Chatushtay, 4-fold qualifications. Now we will take one by one to explain it. The first thing is Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. What is the Vivek? Vivek, Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha, the discrimination in between permanent and impermanent. And Virag. So now we think, what is the first step? First thing is capacity to discriminate between permanent and impermanent. We every day we use this faculty to discriminate everything. Now we think the world has been created by God for what? It is for enjoyment. And God enjoys it. And we suffer. God has created the world and God enjoys it. That is why we call Leela. Leela means play. Playing for enjoyment. So God created the world for enjoyment. And God is not our enemy. He doesn't want to punish us. He wants you also enjoy the world. World God enjoys and we suffer. It means something has gone wrong. We should have corrected it. The world is mixture. Two things, that is real and unreal. Reality and unreality, these two things are always with you. In daily life, we use this faculty to discriminate good and bad. This is good food for us, and this is not good food for us. This is good medicine, this is not. This is good man, this is not. So every time, every moment, we use the power of discriminate. I'm not saying that discriminate means today we as use. Discriminate as a negative, as a wrestler, as a national language. No, discrimination means you use your power, this is good for you, this is not good for you. Sometimes we cannot decide. Suppose we are diabetic patient and we like sweet. Doctor says this is not good. So sometimes you can decide this is good or not good. Sometimes you need help. So doctor says every time. So God has created the world in mixing two things. So we have to have understanding to discriminate them. And in this level, when we are thinking about Vedanta, so that time to set aside good and bad. In Vedanta, there is no matter good and bad. In this class, there is no matter for thinking good and bad. Here the matter is to take a decision, permanent or impermanent. So before us, there are so many things, so many thoughts. They appear as a truth. What when we penetrate in deeply, when we penetrate deeply in the objects, the reality is different. This reality, whichever we see on the objects, actually it is borrowed. Borrowed from where? This word reality is borrowed from you. Borrowed from Brahman. So your reality reflects on the objects. Objects, they don't have their reality. And when we understand this fact, our whole thinking procedure will totally change. And we also start enjoying the world like God. So God can enjoy the world. You can also enjoy the world. Problem is only thinking. Then the world would be no cause of depression, suffering, unhappiness. You can enjoy. So in this first step, it called Viveka, discriminating power, judging power between real and unreal. It is your choice. Decision should be yours. You take a decision. Once you understand this is real and this is not real, then what happens? Then comes Viraga, the second one. So first thing is Viveka. Vivek means nitya vastu vivekaha. This is permanent, this is not permanent. The discriminating power is you use. So after that, this is the first step, very, very important. As we go any journey, we should need some supporting system, devices. Like the same way. Now we started a journey. It is a very unknown journey. Unknown destination. We know nothing. So we have to follow instructions, indications given by the scriptures and our acharyas. So in Vedanta, this is the first step towards yourself, towards Brahman. It is Vivek. Nitya vastu vivekaha. Now, Vairagya. Viraga. Viraga means what? We understand, we know rag, attachment. If we know, if we understood permanent and impermanent, then automatically this quality, this qualification automatically will happen. Because when we understood there is nothing permanent, there is nothing permanent, then what is the meaning of collect the things and expectations? There is nothing permanent, then we cannot have interest, and like this in thinking, this is permanent. Then objects are in life or not. It makes no difference. One more thing. In Vedanta, in our thinking system, we know that the objects are unreal. So we are not attached. It does not mean we should escape. If we escape, it means we know that they are real. Escaping is not solution. Understanding the solution. And any object in our scriptures, there are written two types of creation. One creation is created by God, another creation is created by us. God's creation is earth, water, fire, air, space, all things. And our creation is our attachment. So we attach, we collect things expecting that they will remain with permanently. We collecting things, persons, so our possessions, our relations, we think that they will be permanently with us, but it is not possible. When the possession and relation goes away, what happens? Then we suffer. So, respect your understanding. Your understanding says these are not permanent. Your understanding says these things, yes, of course, give them value. They deserve. Then you can enjoy. So, objects, relations, possessions, they deserve for valuation. So, give them. What? In this way, you enjoy it. As you go to see a movie, you know, everything is false. Nothing is in the screen. Just lights moving, projecting some pictures. You can laugh. You can cry. You can enjoy. Even you know this is the movie. Nothing is in the screen. But you can smile. You can cry. You can have fear. Everything. So these false things, projected things, can give you all emotions. Even you know this is the false. So after your knowledge, understanding that these are not permanent, then the objects, relations, possessions, nears and dears, everything would be there. But it does not affect your essence. It does not affect your nature. So attachment, when we hurt, then we cry. We go to depression, sadness, misery. But knowledgeable person knows this is not permanent, things coming and going, situations coming and going. This is their nature. So give as they deserve. Our scripture says, you remember, you think, whenever you cry, you wept, you cried, because of what? Whole life, in this life, before this life, if you remember, whenever you cried, you wept, what was the cause? Scripture says, your nears and dears. No enemy is cause for your sadness. So, take right knowledge, take right decision. So, first thing is Vivek. Then, if your Vivek is strong, respect your knowledge, respect yourself. Then comes Vairagya automatically. So it is not your practice. So two things, Vivek, Vairagya. Then comes number third. Number third is Satak Sampatti. Satak Sampatti means sixfold wealth. Sixfold wealth, Satak Sampatti. So now we have completed Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha. Ya Amutrartha Phalabhoga Viragaha. Objects are here, are after death. Even heaven also is not permanent. There must be time period more, but even heaven also not permanent. So this will also be finished. So apply your knowledge, your understanding. Iha amutrartha phalabhoga viragaha. It means you enjoy your fruits, actions fruit, without attachment. Iha means here. Amutra means heaven after death. Bhoga viragaha. This is the second. Now third is Samaha Samadhi Sataka Sampatti. Samadhi Satak Sampatti means what? Samadhi Sataka Sampatti. What are the accomplishments the sadhan starts with Samaha? First is Sama. Now you can note down. I repeat. Sama, Damaha, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam Cheti. I repeat again. Samaha, Damaha, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam cha iti. Six things. Sham, Dam, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. Now we take one by one. What is Sama? Sama. Sama means what? Sama means control or mastery over the mind. Next, Damaha. Then question arises, what is Damaha? Dama means control of or mastery over external sense organs. I explain it. Then comes Uparama. Uparama what? Uparama means Swadharmanushtanam eva. Uparama means what? Swadharma, your duty. Your duty. Then comes Titiksha. What is Titiksha? Titiksha means the endurance of heat and cold, pleasure and pain. Then comes Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Then says Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasa Shraddha. Shraddha means what? Faith. Faith where? Faith in words of Guru and the scriptures is called Shraddha. Then Mumukshutvam. So these are six. I repeat again and I explain. First, Sham. Sham means controlling of the mind. Mano Nigraha. Mano Nigraha, controlling of the mind. Damaha, Dama means Chakshuradi Vahi Indriya Nigraha. Dama means control of external sense organs. Uparama. Uparama means Swadharmanushtanam. Your duty you do perfectly. It called Uparama. Titiksha. Titiksha means Shitoshna Sukhadi Saishnutvam. Titiksha ka means what is titiksha? The answer is Shitoshna Sukha Dukkhadi Saishnutvam. It means power to mentally and bodily to observe all heat and cold, pain and pleasure. Then comes Shraddha. Shraddha, Kidrishihi. Shraddha Kidrishi, this is a question. What is the nature of Shraddha? Answer is Guru Vedant Vakyadishu Vishwasa Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. Faith, where faith? Faith in words of Guru and in the scriptures is Shraddha. Last one is Samadhanam Kim. What is Samadhan? What is Samadhan? Then says Chitta Ekagrataha, single pointed of the mind. So these are 6. Sat Sampatti. Shatak Sampatti. So these are 6 Sampatti, inner wealth, inner discipline. So these are number 3. So now Vivek, Vairagya, Shat Aksampatti. So Vivek, Vairagya. Now number 3rd is Satak. Satak means 6. So these are 6. These are 6. Now 4th is Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam Kim. Mumukshutvam Kim. What is a Mumukshutaha? The answer is let me attain mokshaha. Let me attain mokshaha, liberation. This intense yearning in mokshatvam, I want to be liberated. This is the 4th. So now we take one by one for meaning. Shatak Sampatti. These 4th qualifications are called discipline of Shatak Sampatti. First is Sama. We have 2 types sense organs. One is inside and 5 is outside. Our body is the point. Our body is the point. So one is inside. This is also a sense organs. It called mind, intellect. 5 are outside. So Antakaran. Karan means mean. Instrument. Device. Now I speak as you don't know anything. Just you started the Vedant classes. So Antakaran means mean, device, instrument. So mind is a instrument, a device, energy. It works inside. And 5 sense organs are outside. So first, here is topic samaha. Sama means tranquility of the mind, controlling of the mind. Your mind is always wandering. You control it. You control it. So sama means controlling of the mind. Very big topic. But in this class, I will not go in deep. Just control your mind. Now we follow the mind. You are not masters. Your master is your mind. Vedanta says, if you want to complete this journey, if you want to go to yourself, go to Brahman, go to Atman, you have to control your mind. There are so many ways. Here, Acharya Shankaracharya not given any method. So it is up to you how to control, but you have to control your mind. This is one condition. Then comes Damaha. Dhamma means sense organs who's working outside, like eye, nose, ear, touch, screen, every 5 sense organs working outside. These should be controlled. These should be controlled. Your eyes can see anything. But master, you should be master, not your eyes. So, inner karan, inner means antakaran, out, indriya, 5 senses. These should be controlled for a Vedanta sadhakas. Dhamma. Then comes Uparamaha. Uparama means introspectiveness. Introspectiveness. How is it possible? You sit properly and reduce your extrovert activities. Reduce your extrovert activities, and then you will get some quality time for yourself. We don't have time for ourselves. We are so busy. Even nowadays also, very funny thing, we don't have to do anything. All over the world, no one is doing anything. Even he is not empty. Everyone is so busy. This is not Uparati. Uparati means you sit properly and reduce your activity extrovert. Then you will get some quality time to inquire yourself. To inquire yourself. Don't ask anything about who am I. Your energy will flow. Inner world. Your energy will do it. Just stop outgoing. Close your eyes, other sense organs, and mind relax, then your energy, which is flowing outside, now will start to inside. Because energy is neutral. Introspection, uparamaha. So withdrawal your senses from the objects and just relax. Okay. Now comes titiksha. Titiksha. Titiksha means forbearance. Very challenge, tough. Very challenge path. Every spiritual path, very challenge. It needs courage, great courage. But I think the world's path is not so easy. It is greatest challenge. Every step, we are fighting like Mahabharata. We are fighting every time, every moment. We are fighting. Sometimes emotions, sometimes sadness, happiness. What we are doing? We don't know what will happen next moment. We are so uncertain. What will go next time, next moment? No one knows. So this fear always will make fearful us. In spiritual life, there is, we call titiksha. Titiksha means when you start your journey, there are so many obstacles. And you should be strong. Should be strong. Bodily and mentally. As we develop our immunity. Doctor says, everyone says, you develop your immunity to be healthy. So like the same way, you develop your immunity in mind. Your mind should be strong. In life, so many things will happen. Sometimes misery will come. Sometimes happiness will come. Everything will come. But your mind should be calm. Sometimes there is cold. Sometimes there is hot. But you should be strong and bodily level also. The heat and cold, misery and happiness will not disturb your mentality, your path. So mentally and bodily should be strong. Any type condition will come, I am ready. You can detach from the condition yourself. This call be titiksha. Now, shraddha. Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. Faith. In this way, especially in this way, because this path and destination both are unknown. And no one can say clearly, No one can show directly. They can only indicate. They only can indicate. You go this way, that way. There is no other way. So Shraddha means faith. Faith where? Scriptures and gurus, acharyas, who helps us in study of scriptures. So scriptures, shastra, the first thing where we should have faith. Should have faith. And acharya, who teach us scriptures, we must have faith. This is not logical topic. This is not logical. You cannot logically prove or disprove. Disproving and proving is not matter in this subject. This is very unknown. I'm not talking about blind faith, but scriptures faith is not blind. Guru, Acharya is faith not blind. We have to have faith in Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu. Shankaracharya wrote here, Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu, Guru Acharya and Vedanta. Vedanta, actually Vedanta means Upanishad. Vedanto nam Upanishad Vakyam. So Vedanta means Upanishad. In Shastra scriptures and Acharya, these are faith. These are should be faithfully. Now, sixth is Samadhanam. Samadhanam, sixth number, Samadhanam. Samadhana means concentration, single pointed mind. Mind is everywhere. You go to yoga, go to temple, do some rituals, do anything. But mind is must. Even in this system also, mind should be controlled. Concentration. Samadhanam, quiet. Samadhanam means quiet. You have capacity. So sadhak has to develop capacity to control mind. Then, because of that capacity, he can focus on the goal. So mind is the matter. Single pointed. If you want enjoy the world, no problem. If you want to do your work with mind. Vedanta does not say you always put your mind in the Brahman. You do your duty with carefully. Eat your food carefully. Read any book carefully. Single pointed. But when you study the scriptures, it is also should be carefully single pointed. So sixth one is Samadhanam, concentration. So these three things had happened. Vivek, Vairagya and Sat Sampatti. Now, the last one, Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam. Very important. If you do not have desire, no one can give you. If we don't have desire to achieve, no one can force us. So first, Vivek, discriminating power of permanent and impermanent. Then comes Vairagya. If we understood that these are not things permanent, then we have another way. Now question arises. If everything is not permanent, then what is the permanent? Whatever we see, we experience, everything is impermanent. The question arises then, if everything is impermanent, is there something permanent? The book says yes. Nitya Atma Vastu. Everything is impermanent. Whatever object you, whatever in front of you, but you are the permanent. You are the permanent. Sometimes we feel some misery, we have in our life miseries. We go to any Panditji, any priest, any Mahatma, and we say, I am so miserable. What is the cause? I don't remember in this life I have done anything wrong for anyone. I don't have done any wrong thing, any sin. Then why am I suffering? Then the priest, Mahatma, Acharya, Guru says, if you don't have such sin in this life, but you did past life. You have done past life. So now you are getting the fruits. Your past life's karma is now giving a misery. And if you do good karma, then you will enjoy next life or heaven. So we think that the karma is important. Be carefully, listen carefully. I'm pointing something very important. So the acharyas, gurus does not mean that you believe in karma. He says that you were before birth and you will be after death. So births, deaths comes and goes. You does not die. You were before birth, that is why you did it. You will be after death, that is why you can do new karmas. It means before this birth you were, after death you will be, and now obviously now you are there. So their point is you are immortal. Atma Nityaha. So in this Atman, bodies coming and going, births coming and going, Atma Nitya. So after three, Vivek, Vairagya, and the Satak Sampatti, then comes Mumukshutvam, Moksho me bhuyat. Moksho me bhuyat means I want liberation. I don't want to bondage. The desire, moksho me bhuyat, I want liberation. So these are the four things. I repeat again. These are the four things. In Vedant, we call it sadhan chatushta. Sadhan chatushta. Vivek, Vairagya, Sat Sampatti, and Mumukshutva. These are the four qualities. These are the four qualities. Whoever has these qualities, who is the eligible for Vedanta? So this is the first step. Sadhana Chatushta Sampanna Adhikari. In very first mantra, Sadhana Chatushta Sampanna Adhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Bhakshamaha. So these four qualities, these four qualifications, Vivek, Vairagya, Shatak Sampatti, and Mumukshata, these are four qualifications to read Vedanta, to achieve the goal, to travel towards Atman, yourself. So today's talk is here over. Now we do Santi Pat. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Santi Shanti Santi. Shankaram Sankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Isharo Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Santi Shanti Santi.